Good morning and welcome to the Laws of Love. Wow, this is going to be so cool. I can't wait to share some information with you. I'm Rochelle Schwartz and I am a relationship coach for 20 years. And I've had the honor and the pleasure of being on the Oprah Winfrey Show. So I'm not going into anything about me because I want to concentrate on my guest. I don't even know where to begin. I'm going to read you her bio, but that doesn't even make a dent into who she really is. Tia is just a phenomenal visionary. She has a gorgeous, beautiful heart. She is courageous. She is like, she can walk on water in life, I swear to God. There's something very unique and special about Tia Crystal. And the love and passion that exudes out of her is something that I hope people will walk away today with, knowing that they have that as well. And so it's my distinct honor and pleasure to say, Tia Crystal, my friend, the women, two beautiful hearts, welcome. And I feel so blessed to have you today, honey. I really do.
I'm so humbled. You brought tears to my eyes, and wow, the love that we're just now sharing together, I believe will move mountains. And
I agree.
yeah.
I agree. I do agree with that. There's something very special that I have a bond with Tia, and it's indescribable. I can't put words to it. I just can't. So, I mean, when I talk to her, I have chills all over my body, and I could emotionally cry. There's just something so beautiful about the ebb and flow of this relationship as we left and came back together. And so I'm going to read a little bit about you, even though it doesn't even touch who you really are. In 2004, Tia Crystal, at 40 years old, had a dream that would change the course of her life forever. An artist was born. In 2012, Tia was awarded Top 10 Artist in one of New York's most prestigious art shows. Born in London, England, immigrated to Florida with her family in 2005. Today, Tia travels the world as a humanitarian for change, a voice of love and peace. Other motto, may we walk in peace and joy together. May we see the light in all of our darkest moments, giving gratitude for the gift of life. We are the miracle. So just take a minute and just breathe that in, because you know what, guys? Each and every one of us are the miracle, as Tia just said. And it just resonates so beautifully with what's happening in this world today. So it's like, I just love you so much. I just am so filled with love for you, honey. And the question I want to ask you, we didn't put it down, but it came through a conversation of who is the me, uni? Is it uni, me, you?
Well, this is Emi Uni here.
That's Emi Uni.
And I sort of put him on here, but I feel like I don't want to keep him on a shelf because Emi Uni has such a personality. So I think I'm just going to have to try and get him in to be with us, if that's
okay. I love him.
So hold on, how can we do?
I don't know. Maybe on the.
I know, that's the thing. I didn't want
to. I know.
Hold on.
Yeah. That's.
Here we go. We got it.
So, how did you create him? How did he get birthed?
Well, I have to ask him that, shall I?
Yes.
Emi, how did you get birthed?
And I got birthed out of Miss Tier's heart because she loves and she wanted to share love all around the world. And I said I would be the one to do it.
I believe that there is magic inside of all of us. And, you know, I feel very emotional by what you said about me. So I feel like, oh my gosh, the world is so full of love and we're not focusing on it. We're focusing too much on the darkness, what it isn't, where we must be focusing more on what we are and who we are and what we have. And so Emi Uni was born because Emi Uni means I am uni, which is I am the universe. And with everything that we are all of it. There is no label. So what is the label of love? Is you, who you are every single day. And we've all gone through things in our lives, but that mustn't be the definition of who we are to the core. Who I am to the core is Emi Uni. And I was able to birth through this beautiful little character some of my magical pieces of my heart that I want to share with you today.
What happened at the age of 40 where your life changed?
I had not realized that I'd given every part of me away. I was with learning challenges as a child, dyslexia. I learned that if I was just perfect and good and just you would love me and not look at my flaws or the parts of me that I was ashamed of, my shameful parts. So I went through life from, you know, learning challenges to having my own company, having 3 children, getting divorced after my first marriage, very young, being abused, going into another marriage, having 2 beautiful children. But in that marriage, I didn't realize I was still giving everything of me away to everyone. And I got to the stage at 40 where I think that had I not left, I most probably would have had a very massive mental breakdown. But I knew that I couldn't because still the power in me held me together. And this dream came to me where a voice told me I had to leave for Italy. And all the pieces of the puzzle from my childhood being educated in a nunnery with the Franciscan monks, that I looked up meditation in Italy and it brought me to Assisi. I had got quiet enough in my mind to hear the voice that I needed to listen to. And that was at 40 years old. But when I was 11, I had heard a message that had told me that 40 years old, my life would change. What does an 11-year-old know? 40 is like, you know, my mum was going to be 40 at that time, and I looked at her like she was ancient. But 40 is a very big time in a woman's life. I really, truly feel that she's come through so many different parts of herself that she ran away from, and at 40 she starts to walk back to. Yeah.
So how can we all keep the essence of imagination alive in the children's lives today?
Oh gosh, you know, don't take life so seriously. I know it is serious at the moment with what's going on, but we also have the ability every day to create magic. And if you're going through situations that just feel so overwhelming and you get caught up in the monster's mouth, find something that will pull you out. What makes you happy? I know that you, Rochelle, just adore and love your granddaughter and all the things that, you know, you're dancing, all the different things. So if someone like yourself could get caught up in something, do what you love. Jump in, dance. I'm going to do something. Hold it. And I hope it doesn't work because I know we're live. But, you know, what do I do?
I love it.
I play.
I love it. And you know what else, T? It's also not in only the children, It's in us adults to get to the child within each and every one of us
Of course.
to come out and play. That's exciting.
Well, and I'm sorry, I'm like distracting you here with Amy, but that is exactly what it is. It is the inner child that's not, is undernourished. So going on diets and starving yourself, you starve yourself of things that you love the most. What did you love when you were a child? For me, it was like the bigger the ice cream, the better.
I was going to say food.
So
It
don't
was
starve
music.
yourself. Right. It's important not to undernourish yourself with the things that you love the most. You are denying life. And
Yep.
if you deny life, what would be the point to be here?
And yet, as the example of what you're sharing, I so hope that adults receive all of this as well. Because I don't see a lot of people, because of everything going on in the external world, that is darker. But if we can go into the childlike quality and look and see what we can do to create that again in our life, it just lifts the energy for all of us just to sit and play and create different things to do.
Yes.
And I love what you're doing. I think it is imperative that you're giving the gift of life to children that need this so, so desperately.
Yes.
And imagine that one by one, T, how you're changing each and every child's life individually and then collectively. You know what I'm saying? And then they can go out and share that as well.
Of course.
And it's like a wow. It is. It's just like a wow. And I think they're so blessed to have you.
Thank you, darling. Well, I've had the privilege of connecting with children during COVID, whether it's on Zoom or actually was in person a few weeks ago at a babysitting school. And the feeling of joy when I left in these children was priceless. I came in there and they all looked sad. And I even said to the people that I was with, I just feel so sad in here. And we went around with our magic wands, bringing love to the walls and the floor. And by the time I left, the children weren't flatlining. They were buzzing. We must make sure that we don't let, at this moment in time with what's going on, children need to have magical imagination infused in them every single day. It's what creators are all about. It's what geniuses base their whole premises on. And I know that with my difficulties at school, with my learning challenges, there was a reason for that, because I stayed in the imagination world. And when everyone else was learning and I found it difficult, I flew out the window into the world of imagination. And today I'm able to paint that. I'm able to draw it, write about it, and create stories from it.
So Melissa has a question for you.
Hello, Melissa.
How can we find out more information about mindfulness storytelling with Me Uni?
So, oh my gosh, there's so many platforms. So Amy's hashtag is UniLoves, UNILUVS, and Amy Uni is EMEUNI.com. And there's actually 50 stories that I channeled during and after the pandemic situation, and my heart just loves it. We are all creators, every single one of us. And there is something buried inside of us that is a jewel waiting to be found. Don't wait too long. Open it up. Just do it. Just do it, do it, do it. Don't overthink it.
Yeah. Yeah, because I feel that life is the time. It's right now.
Right now.
It is right now. And so the question that led from the essence of imagination, in other words, to keep that alive, the following question is, why is it so important to be able to do that?
To keep your imagination alive.
Yeah.
So I'm working with a client at the moment because I'm also, as I said, a clinical hypnotherapist. And at the moment, there is lockdown more in Europe than it is here. So all she's seeing at the moment is four walls, reading and hearing and experiencing overwhelmment. And she loves to travel. So the imagination says, let's travel.
Mm-hmm.
So can you imagine that even if you can't go where you really love to go, in your heart, in your vibrational essence, you are still going? Would you then say, would the law then say, I'm not enjoying my life? No, the law would say, I am still enjoying every part of my life because I choose it to be this way. So what does the imagination do? It gives you life. And that's why it's so important to allow yourself to sit in the imagination, whether you call that meditation or prayer or a deeper consciousness, whatever it is to feed and nourish you at the time where we're at now is the most important.
You know my granddaughter.
I do.
So when she was here, I haven't seen her. So I always go back to the time that we're lying in bed and she's sleeping and I'm sleeping, but I felt her leg come over my body and her arm come over me and just be there. And I just soaked it. It was like, oh my God, this is such pure love. And I'm going to always remember that feeling. So when I do miss her, I always go back to that same thing. And I guess that's what it is that you're saying as well.
Imagination nourishes your soul.
Yeah.
It doesn't keep you stagnant. It fires you up to take a leap of faith in everything that I've done, from my artwork becoming, from finding an old paintbrush under a bush in Italy to becoming a world-renowned artist on some level. We all are.
You're fabulous. Your work is profound. It is. It's gorgeous.
But then I'm going to share this part because I think this is where I love to inspire. So one day I'm wearing some jewelry that I had made, and I happened to go and see somebody in the spa industry who asked me where I got it from. And I said, oh, I make this. Well, will you make some for me? And I said, sure. You think it's good enough? Oh, sure. Okay. And within 7 years, we have 3 jewelry companies and we're in 6 countries. But my passion today is Emi Uni. But the reason why I say that is I never had a jewelry lesson and I never had an art lesson. I certainly have not had a storytelling lesson, but I have a desire to touch every part of the world like a child that wants to go out on the playground and experience. So why is it important to live in our imagination and stay connected to our inner child? Because it gives us life to try the things with confidence and it doesn't hold us back. A child doesn't overthink something and say, I don't know if I can do this. Can I do this? The child says, yes, let's just do it. Let's just do it. But unfortunately, with adults, and we have heard this, is you can't, it's not, you won't, and that just takes the hammer on the imagination, on the heart and the soul of a child, and stops them from reaching the fullest potential that they can.
So I just know the answer to this, but I have to ask you. When does the inner child cease to exist?
When does it not exist?
Yeah, when does it cease to exist?
Oh, well, I mean, the answer is never. Why would you want to ever stop your inner child from existing? It's the part of you that just looks at that ice cream and has already eaten it. It's your essence of your being. We are all children inside a human grown-up body. And you must not forget that, because you become stagnant and then you become Scrooge-like, you become wizard.
Mm-hmm.
Listen up. Do a little extra dance every day. Every morning I wake up and I say to Pandora, okay, what am I going to play today? And I was like, Earth, Wind and Fire. So let's boogie on down. And it sets the tone for the day. I don't feel brilliant every day, but I make sure that I have a good day every day as much as I can.
And that's so interesting, because when you took the question out of me, because I was going to say that. Like before here, I put on a very old song and I just started dancing because I love the dancing, the music, the energy. And I think it's so important to do things that support you, that make you happy. But when you don't feel 100%, 90%, what are some things that you do that you could share with others?
I have a good talk with myself. It's just like I put my arms around myself and I become my own best friend. I fall into the heart of my being, and sometimes I'm hugging myself, and if I'm crying, I go, Tia, I love you, and it's okay. If you're scared or you've got something going on at the moment, it's okay, but you will feel better tomorrow because you can do that. But just for now, know that you really are loved. Even if you are feeling alone in the world, or the world has got something scary going on, go into your heart, because in your heart, you know where the truth is. And in your heart, when you listen to the voice of your heart, you are never alone and you are always safe. My mantra that I teach is, I am love, I am loved, I am safe, all is well. That's what I say to myself.
And the thing is, and it's so beautiful. I mean, I read it and I love it. I love it. It's really not stopping if there's an emotion. It's not to squelch it, but it's to bring it up to be able to experience the emotion.
Of course.
Am I correct?
Yes, you can't run from yourself. That is, unfortunately, the problem that we tend to do. We tend to look for everything that has to be good and perfect and this and this. Is it okay to sit in the emotion of pain and overwhelmment and breathe in this bigger part in your heart that is deeper love? And in that moment, there's something that changes inside of you, and it shifts from an experience that isn't supporting you to a feeling all is well. I don't have to have the answers. I don't need to know what tomorrow is going to bring, but today, right now, I have the ability to believe where I'm at is okay.
And I think that is probably so important. Instead of people making things wrong about where they're at or how they feel, it's really looking at it's going to be okay. It's really going to be okay. And
if we don't live that way, if we don't live in the wonderment is what I'm teaching one of my clients at the moment. Wonderment says, have faith, trust, be alive. I can say that if I wake up in the morning and there's something that might be slightly off, I say to myself, if you stay here, this won't give you what you really want. And you can, but know that I'm here when you're not in that space. It's being your own best friend. For me, everything comes back to loving yourself. It's knowing who you are and listening to your own inner voice. Because when you truly do love yourself and get to know who that person is within you, that best friend never ever lets you down. And then you're on an adventure, flying through the sky on a magic carpet with Emi Uni and all the characters in Magic Land. We live it. It's our lives every day.
And it's like, I don't even want to go any further than that. I just feel that just to take this essence of what you just shared and to have everybody really experience that emotion and feeling of the words you just shared is so heartfelt and so real and meaningful. And it really is in the wonderment. If we can go into the wonderment of life, not knowing Jack, and really going in with our eyes and our hands, embracing ourselves and saying, it's going to be okay.
Yes, it is.
I'm going to cry. It's going to be okay.
It's always okay. And the beauty about life is that we all have our dressing up outfits. Some are accountants, some are doctors, some are nurses, whatever it is. But we're all the same inside. We're these beautiful children of love and light in grown-up bodies searching for home in a world that sometimes doesn't feel like that. But inside of you, when you find that within you, you are safe and you are home. And that's the teaching that I want to create, with Emi Uni and the Emi Uni characters, the Emi Uni monsters and Magic Land, and why we are working on our TV show. And I think the children need it today. Put the iPad down, put technology down, and let's dance in each other's imagination together. The world needs it. Because if we don't now, when?
Oh my God, without a doubt. And I'm going to step out because I believe this, and I said it to you, to step out and say to you, Tia, that this work you will have, and you will get not only notoriety, but you're going to win a very big award for this. I really feel that.
Oh, darling.
I do.
I appreciate so much what you say. You can make me cry. But just touching one heart today and changing the mind of someone is a star in the night sky. We are birthing new stars in the night sky so that eventually we will light the path to a new way. And there's a tribe that we are coming together now. This heartfelt tribe is why we're here.
Yeah. So we are at the top of the hour. I mean, I can stay on and just talk for the rest of my life with you. It's just been such an honor.
Oh my
and I'm so grateful that you were here today to share this. It's magic. It's magic.
Emi wants to say goodbye, guys. So, Emi, what do you think about these beautiful people?
Well, I think they're fantastic, and I've really enjoyed talking to all of you. And I know at some point Miss T is going to bring me, and we're going to say hello to each other in person.
And we are.
And
I love you. I love you both from my heart.
And we love you too. Thank you so much for having us on the show. It's just, it's been full of imagination. Musical magic.
Yes, absolutely. Beautiful magic.
Goodbye, Dennis. Goodbye, Andrea. We didn't even say hello, but goodbye.
Goodbye, darling.
Thank you, my love. I love you.
Bless you all, really.
I love you, baby.
Love you too. Bye, darling.
Bye, God. See you guys.